What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite for a second video here for you guys tonight, talking about the unexpected leaked gameplay that surfaced of Modern Warfare 2, a first look at ground war, and even more. Definitely stay tuned. But before we jump into that, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, drop a like, and make sure you have notifications on to stay up to date with everything going on in Cold War Year 2, Warzone, Modern Warfare 2, and any other future Call of Duty as well. I also wanted to remind you guys of a special promotion happening this month over at AIM Controllers. Code Dynamite will save you guys 25% off all orders that are $249 or more. You can build your own custom controller with your logo, paddles, and other customization choices. Don't forget that AIM does in fact use authentic DualSense and Xbox remotes for your build, unlike other brands out there. I've been using my custom AIM controller for almost a year now, and I can never go back to a regular remote, but be sure to check out AIM Controllers with the link down below in this video's description and even the pinned comment. But also, as promised, here are 5 beta code giveaway winners that I did pick out from the comment section of a recent video. Once again, if you guys still need a beta code for Modern Warfare 2, drop a comment down below and I'll pick some more winners in an upcoming video. We have Colton Hunley, Steve Baker, Splitting Skills David, David the Bold, and Gear Red Slaughter. Congratulations to you guys. Be sure to DM me either on Twitter or Discord, or shoot me an email at dkdynamitebusiness@gmail.com, and I'll be sure to give you guys a beta code as soon as possible. But once again, the beta is very close to launch, as well as the COD Next event. There's so much happening this month. I can't believe it's September already, but I have a ton of Modern Warfare 2 coverage coming up for you guys that you definitely do not want to miss. Now, as reported by Charlie Intel, more Modern Warfare 2 videos and content is leaking, as it appears a content creator decided to share a video of the NDA'd press briefing that took place back in June. The latest video shows the rappelling sequence in the Chicago mission, which you described also back in June. They talked about the toe down or toe up gameplay that'll be featured in that mission itself, and I do think it's unfortunate though. Somebody actually broke the trust they had with Activision, broke NDA to be specific, and decided to go ahead and screen record some footage and has now shared it as of this week. Now, the Twitter account that has shared this footage is known as Aeto, A-E-T-O. Not sure who this is, but they've already been DMCA'd quite a bit. Wouldn't be shocked if their entire account gets taken down at some point later tonight. There were some other accounts earlier this week also posting leaked gameplay of the MWII campaign, so I'm definitely wondering if these people are kind of all in sync. Are they all going to post more footage? It's hype season, and whenever a new Call of Duty is about to come out, things are very unpredictable, of course, on the internet. But unfortunately, I can't show you the new footage on screen for obvious reasons. This video would get taken down relatively quickly, and my channel probably also wouldn't exist if I went ahead and showed you all the spicy material that's been shared about Modern Warfare 2 as of lately. But you guys know exactly where to find it. I put the Twitter account on screen, even though he's been DMCA'd. If you go to the replies of his other tweets, if you go to Charlie Intel's replies, people out there have screen recorded all of this and have posted it. But we could definitely expect that this new form of rappelling that'll be in this mission will also be in Warzone 2. I'm sure gameplay like this will be very fun to experiment with in a battle royale featuring nearly 200 players. Would love to see that. But it's also looking like Task Force 141 is in Chicago looking for a specific floor, and I think the recent early access campaign advertisement that came out kind of gives us a hint as to what they're looking for specifically. Price destroys what looks like a data server, so that's probably what's going on here in the mission. And like I've said before, I was born and raised in Chicago, so I'm looking forward to what could be a one-to-one envisionment of Chicago here in Call of Duty. I also wonder if we're going to end up getting maybe a multiplayer map or a Spec Ops mission set in Chicago as well. That would be fantastic. Hopefully it's DLC if it's not available during the launch window of the game's multiplayer. I know the other day we got plenty of footage of vehicles and a bunch of new mechanics we're going to see in MW2, some underwater moments with a boat. There was a lot going on in that footage that I described in a previous video that I posted, and I have that link down below. There's also a lot of material that I'm sure will be transferred over pretty smoothly into the Warzone 2 gameplay. Now, something you guys might have missed is something that Doug from Modern Warzone posted a couple of months ago. During this press briefing of Modern Warfare 2, people were allowed to go ahead and share information about the campaign missions they saw, and here's the one regarding Tower. This is before they knew it was Chicago though. So as Doug wrote, a city setting with tons of skyscrapers. To me it looked like Chicago, but I could be wrong. The mission's very similar to one that we've already seen done in Call of Duty Ghosts, where players have to rappel both up and down a building, stealthily killing enemies before making an entrance into the building itself. Instead of handling rappelling like they've done previously, Modern Warfare 2 allows you to approach situation from a normal stance or upside down. Both have their pros and cons. The players using stealth and solving a mini puzzle of what enemies to take out when and where. This was the shortest bit of gameplay we were shown. It was one of the coolest set pieces though, and yet again, the graphics were stunning. Now, this really has me excited for the campaign in Modern Warfare 2. Like I said before, I have the same feeling I had back in 2016 when they announced you'd get early access to MWII Remastered's campaign if you pre-ordered a certain edition of Infinite Warfare. It just helped alleviate what is often stressed whenever a new Call of Duty launches, trying to decide what you want to play first. I know this this fall, since we're going to have a lot of time to play MP during the beta, and the fact that we'll be able to play campaign a week earlier for pre-order, I know I'll be able to dive deep into Spec Ops right when the game comes out, and then I'll jump into maybe some Mastery Camo grinding shortly after. We have 3 weeks to do that, of course, before Warzone 2 comes out. But Doug also described another mission that you guys probably didn't know much about, but images exist of what this gameplay is probably going to be like. He said, and I quote, "The mission Night War begins with a cutscene of a helicopter flying in at night with Lieutenant Simon Ghost Riley giving the orders to capture or kill." We also hear reference of this in the global reveal trailer. You are playing as Sergeant John Soap McTavish. You're dropped into a field and the gameplay begins after you witness a friendly helicopter being taken down. Night vision plays a huge part in the rest of this mission, as it's extremely dark outside and the rest is clearing buildings for the most part. Real clean house vibes from MW 2019. After clearing several buildings with extremely close CQB combat, you make your way over to the crash helicopter with your primary objective being to defend your position. As you look out towards the tree line, which is only illuminated by nearby fires from the helicopter crash, you see dozens of AQ crossing the horizon. This section immediately made me think of defending the US Embassy in MW 2019. A rocket hits the helicopter and the screen fades to black. Overall, this mission felt like a graphics and CQB showcase, which both looked amazing in their own respects. Now, I will leave Doug's article down below in this video's description because he does describe a fair amount of missions, many of which we've seen footage of via official marketing or the leaks that have been popping up over on Twitter. So we have quite a bit leaked in regards to the campaign. So much is out there now that hopefully there are still a fair amount of surprises that we're going to get in the Modern Warfare 2 campaign. I know story-wise, we're definitely going to have plenty of surprises with Shepard, Khaled al-Assad, the Shadow Company, but in terms of actual gameplay and improvements in mechanics, I do think it's likely that over the next couple of weeks before the early access begins for the campaign, there's going to be quite a bit of footage out there that spoils quite a bit, so beware of all of this if you guys don't want to see any spoilers about Modern Warfare 2. Now, this same Twitter account that posted the footage of the Chicago campaign mission also went ahead and posted what is our first look at Ground War in Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer. Now, it's hard to make out what's going on in this image, but the map definitely seems huge. I think we could see a stadium in there. There's a bunch of buildings, and if I had to take a guess, this is probably a portion from what's going to be the Spec Ops map, because I don't believe the Spec Ops map that's going to be available day one is the same map as we're going to see in Warzone 2 or DMZ. I know it seems like Warzone 2 and DMZ will share one big map, but I don't think Spec Ops will. So I'm assuming sections from the Spec Ops map will be taken and put into Ground War, and maybe even broken up into smaller pieces for 6v6 multiplayer. But I've been honest, for the past couple of years, Ground War just wasn't my cup of tea. Not that I'm against bigger game modes like Ground War. I think I've had a ton of fun with a bunch of bigger modes over the years. I know War from World War II 2017, that was fantastic. I'm also a huge fan of Fireteam over in Cold War. It was just something about Ground War and MW19 that just felt a bit too slow. It's like you're running across the entire map just to die to a sniper or a camper, then to spawn half a mile away again. It was just a bit too slow for my liking. I think it was a little bit too focused on that tactical type of gameplay, which is better seen in Battlefield or Rainbow Six. That might be your cup of tea, and that's totally fine, but maybe it was truly the map design for me, which I'm gonna assume is gonna be infinitely better in Modern Warfare 2, therefore Ground War should also play infinitely better. Now, last and definitely not least, somebody out there asked this Twitter account to post something else about Modern Warfare 2, and he did post an image of what looks like 3 out of 3 attachments on a certain weapon. I'm not sure what the context is of this image. Maybe it's for campaign, maybe there's a gunsmith of sorts for the campaign. If not, then this is something that I just have no idea about. Some type of mode or experience where you can only have 3 attachments on a weapon. I'm not sure how that will work, but if that's the case, right, there's only 3 attachments per weapon, but there's so many customization options in between to really tune those attachments, then that could kind of balance out. I mean, we have heard a lot in the past about Gunsmith being reworked in MW2 and being just super in-depth, super detailed in a way that we just haven't seen in Call of Duty at all. So with that being said, I think there's a big opportunity to really talk about Gunsmith at the COD Next event. Maybe we'll even get an intel drop from Infinity Ward talking more about how the attachment system will work in MW2. We also have the Cinder Weapon Vault to look forward to, which is going to be a new form of blueprint, allowing you to modify attachments without changing the look of the weapon itself. So once again, there is so much innovation coming to COD 2.0 that I cannot wait to break down for you guys. But that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave our thoughts down below in the comment section. What are your thoughts on the unexpected leaked Chicago gameplay that surfaced earlier this afternoon? How are you feeling about the first look at Ground War and the other information we went over? Really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everybody.